welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And it's very nice to be seeing you this evening. And so before we go and have some callers, which I'm really looking forward to speaking to some members of the audience, I would like to have a little sort of talk. And I was just thinking about, our world is in a bit of a funny place at the moment. There's a lot of friction and arguments and sort of protesting and, and I'm not here to sort of say what's right and what's wrong. But, there's a lot of that that's going on, and tension, a lot of frustration and hurt as well that is going on in our world. And I'd just like to sort of talk to you about what happened in the area where I live, which is in Brighton in the UK, in England, which is right on the south coast of England, right by the sea. And what happened when we went into the lockdown with all this COVID-19 stuff is there was a poster sort of put on all the sort of posts around here that somebody had decided that they wanted to be helpful and useful to people that had that needed help, and so on the poster it read that if you are elderly or unable to leave your home or need some help in any way, please contact this number and we will help. And I thought, isn't that marvelous? Isn't it? Those little things sort of happen when people are, at their lowest, I guess. And another thing that I heard was one of the streets nearby is the people, the neighbours didn't really know each other. They were getting on with their lives. It's in a city, so often when you're living in a city, you don't always know everybody in the community. But so what they did is they contacted everybody in the street and organised a WhatsApp group, and so there was a joint WhatsApp group for the street, and so if anyone had some problems or needed help, they would contact this WhatsApp group, and one of the neighbours would go and help. And I just thought, isn't that lovely? I think that's so sort of really sort of sweet that in the face of adversity, people will come about and be supportive and helpful and loving. And I think, from a spiritual point of view, from spirit, that's what is wanted of us, that we are loving and we are kind to each other. And I think that's the sort of foundation of all things spiritual, that we are these sort of people. So I just thought I'd sort of share that with you, and how things sort of changed in the area, which I thought was lovely. Anyway, I would like to go to a caller, and I believe I have a caller, Nicole in Atlantic, Iowa. Are you there, Nicole?
Yes, I am.
Do you know, I was because I'm sent in the chat on my computer, I'm sent where you live. And I almost said Atlanta. I bet you get that all the time. How annoying would it be for you?
I do get it a lot, an awful lot.
I was just about to say Atlanta. No, Atlantic. Right. So I'm a medium, and I am able to connect to loved ones and people that you've lost and that are in the spirit world. Or I can go to my guides and look to help with guidance. Is there a particular area where you would like me to focus so that I know how to work for you?
Well, I've recently had a couple of people extremely close to me pass away.
Oh.
So I'm kind of leaning more towards that.
Okay. And who would you like me to connect to?
Well, either my dad or my best friend just recently passed.
Okay. I've got your dad here because I felt him quite strongly before I even asked who you wanted to come through. So I feel that your friend is behind him, but he's coming. Your dad is the one that's coming through stronger with me at the moment, to start with. And he, I feel like he's really upset. And he keeps on saying sorry to me, sorry. He's so sorry that this has happened, because he makes me feel that it's almost like it's messed up the family, and it's caused problems in the family, his passing. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Because he's making me feel as though the family has sort of almost scattered, and it's caused sort of heartache and hurt and pain, when and where your dad feels that this shouldn't have happened. And what he's saying to me is, I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy going on in your family, about your relationship with your father. Would that make sense to you, Nicole?
Yeah, actually, a little bit it would. Yeah, for sure.
Um, and I feel that you're getting some sort of backlash because of that. And I feel that, and your dad is he's telling me he's seeing everything, just absolutely everything, and he's really sort of disappointed in how certain members of the family are behaving in at this time, because he's telling me that he's somebody that had a lot of integrity, and was somebody that had, was about, always doing the right thing, and he was very caring, and tried to support his family well. And so what he's seeing is completely opposite to sort of all his teachings of all what he would have said, this is the way to be and this is the way to behave. Does that all make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah. It's been crazy since he passed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. And he's making me feel, I don't know if he's ever said this to you, but and it may be that you felt it and didn't know it, or maybe he did make it obvious. I don't know. But I get the feeling that you were his favorite, in the family, and that, he showered you with more love than other people. Would that make sense to you?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing the word, inseparable, and I don't know. Well, obviously I know what that word means, but I don't know what he's meaning in what context. But I feel like, what he's saying to me is, he says that you two had a very close, strong bond and a strong, relationship with each other, and, he's telling me that, just because, also he's saying that you would, you would go to him a lot for advice, and he was quite a mentor for you, and he's saying to me that, as far as he's concerned, that hasn't stopped, that he's going to continue in that way, because he says to me that he's chosen, to be the one that walks by your side, and he's going to be, very close with you in your life, um, and always. So yes, he's going to be very close with you, and he's going to be, sort of. I feel like he's going to be like a guide, and he's it's like he's told the spirit world, this is what I want to do. This is important to me, because he feels that part of the problems that you're experiencing in your family at the moment is as a result of him passing, and he's saying that he wants to sort of almost give something back to you to make you feel secure in your life, and not feel so, battered and bruised, and hurt by some of the things that other people are, or actions that other people are taking. And he's also drawing my attention to the funeral. I'm right in saying the funeral has taken place, aren't I?
I'm sorry, say that last part again.
I'm right in saying that the funeral has taken place, aren't I?
Yeah.
because he's telling me that that you were made to feel less than comfortable at the funeral. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a time of real grief for you, but almost like you didn't want to be there either because of the way you were being treated. And he sees everything. There's nothing that he doesn't see. And he's telling me that the reason why he's going to be seeing everything in your life is because from now on, he's your guide. He's going to be very close with you in your life and assisting you. I also feel like he's quite good with money and finances and just sort of quite good at organizing money. And I feel that this is going to be an area that throughout your life, he's going to be helping you very strongly with, because I feel that he's got a very strong sort of knowledge about money and finances. And I feel that he's going to be there with you throughout all of that. His love for you is just enormous, and I also he makes me feel as though he spent a lot of time with you when you were a child. And I know that sounds like an odd thing to say, but those are the words that he gave to me. But I feel that he spent more time with you than perhaps some of your siblings. Does that make sense to you? And I don't know why that would be, but there is some sort of reason why that is. I don't know.
Yeah. He did. He spent a lot of time with me. I was his princess.
Yeah. And so I want to thank you for ringing in, and I'm sorry that it's so short. These calls, we only get about 10 minutes, but I hope that helps. And just before I go, I just want to let you know that your best friend is here, but I can't see them, but I just know that they're standing behind your father and has been there the whole time. And your father is telling me that they have arrived safely in spirit and they're okay. So there's nothing to worry about them. Do you have to go on and do something in your life that you would have perhaps done with your friend? And it means that you've got to do it on your own now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that does.
Yeah. Because I just feel that that's the case. And I know I'm running over a little bit of time, but I just want to let you know that your friend is telling me that they're going to help you with whatever that is that you're having to do on your own now. They're going to still come and help you because they feel a bit guilty, I think. But lots of love from both of them. Your father is full of love for you. And what a revelation. He's going to be your guide. He's going to be with you every step of the way in your life. So thank you very much, Nicole, who is not from Atlanta.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
All right. Thank you. Lovely to speak to you. If you want to find me, I'm on Facebook. My name's Gail Moffat.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So we have Catherine in Muncie, Indiana. Are you there, Catherine? And we're just waiting for Catherine. She's probably put her feet up and snoozing whilst she was waiting to speak to me. But anyway, whilst we're waiting for Catherine to come back, I just want to say that one of the wonderful things about the spirit world is we all have guides, and it was interesting with Nicole that her father spoke about how he is now going to be her guide. And what's interesting about that is you think, but he's a relative, shouldn't it be sort of something like a North American Indian? And so what the spirit world have told me is that we're going to have both. We're going to have people from our family that we know, and then we will also have people that are, quite highly evolved spirits or the angelic realm that will be guiding us in other ways. So I think that's quite sort of interesting, that that revelation that he's going to be there to guide her through her life. And he's obviously got a skill, because he spoke about his finances, and so that skill is going to carry on through him into his daughter. So hopefully she's going to be financially secure as a result of her father guiding her, which is just lovely, isn't it? So I'm just going to check in and see if Catherine is there. Are you there, Catherine? No, she's she's not there. She's still got her feet up. So I'm just going to have a little chat and wait to see if she does come back. And so I want to chat about, so I do a lot of spiritual stuff each day. And one of the things that I do is I sit for an hour every day and I send out healing to people. And I have a big list where I send out healing. And so if anyone wishes to be on the list and be included in the healing that I send out, just, somehow get your name to me. And I am, I live in, you can find me on Facebook, and my name is Gail Moffat. So yes, do find me and ask me to put either yourself or someone that's dear to you on the healing list. And I always think with healing, I think it's something that is probably the highest form of mediumship, because the people that the souls that are working with you on the healing will be very, very evolved, and I was told by spirits that there's, for some people, they have chosen a path, and that path will include some health issues or understanding about health issues. And I sort of get that. And so what's being told to me is that they will never interfere with that. But for those people that have a health issue that is not part of their life path, then the spirit world will help in the most wonderful way. So anyway, I believe we have Eva in Kennedy, Texas. Are you there, Eva?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to the show. And my name is Gail Moffat, and so I can connect to loved ones, or I can also speak to my guide and give guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Just right now I'm just confused in like relationship statuses.
Your relationship status, or the state of your relationship, is that?
Well, right now it's basically I just found out that my best friend has had something with me for a long time. I've known, like, we've been together a couple of times, but it wasn't anything in a big kind of issue to where it was just like a secretive thing. And like she's been giving me like some vibes that it's been a little bit deeper than that. And then, I mean, I've always felt that way, like with her too as well. But I also have my son's dad that's given me a different vibe. Like she's one of the ways of how I forgot about him. She made me forget about him. But then I also have my daughter's dad that's calling me and wanting to see me, and I'm just like over the place. But the guy that my best friend's with is very toxic with her, and ever since he's gotten to the picture, her life has just been too crazy, and it's just been going downhill for her and us, actually, all of us.
Well, let me be quick, because we haven't got long left of the show, and I want to give you as much information as I possibly can in the short space of time that I've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rattle it off very, very quickly for you. And I hope that helps. And if you want to find me after the show or tomorrow, I am on Facebook and my name is Gail Moffat. Now, what I'm being told by my guide is that your relationship with the father of your daughter, he's gone straight to that relationship. I feel it makes. I feel as though when you split up, I feel that you didn't split up because of. It was almost like it wasn't because either one of you didn't like each other. It was something like an outside force. Does that make sense to you?
His aunt is my really good friend, and she says that the reason why was because he had somebody else, and I was basically his like best friend, and we fell in love with our friendship before anything else. And his baby mama at the time was the one that he was living with, say that.
Yeah, because I've got the feeling that he's got huge regrets of how things sort of ended and how things sort of came about, and he's saying to me, sorry, my guide is saying to me that he would be willing to wholeheartedly connect with you in a full-blown relationship, and has carried a torch and a flame and a feelings of love for a long time, and has realized that cannot get away from those feelings of love for you. And I also feel with you that you have a similar feeling for him, although you're being cautious because you don't want to be hurt again. Does that make sense to you?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am, it does.
And I feel that if you were to choose the one that you like the most, it would be him. And that's what I'm being told by my guide. Right, I've got 60 seconds left, so don't forget to find me on Facebook if you want to continue on. But so I just want you to know that if you chose to go with the father of your child, I feel that he would be a very different person. He would be fully committed and he would give of himself 100%. And you have nothing to fear, nothing whatsoever to fear. He's there for you.
And what's your name?
My name is Gail Moffat, and Moffat is spelt the same way as the town in Scotland. And so, okay. So yeah, I really do feel that you've got absolutely nothing to worry about. He will not treat you in the way it was circumstances rather than who he is. And so I would just go for it, because I know that there is a big love between the two of you, and it's not the same with anyone else.